What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and welcome to another episode of the best budget tech gadgets and also accessories for your desk for this year. So I'm probably going to do these videos a little bit more often because a lot of the stuff we feature on the channel is in kind of like the premium tier. It may be more expensive, and I feel like the videos that a lot of people like to see and ones that I'm always interested to check out are the ones in the budget area, because you can definitely get a lot of tech for a little bit of money nowadays. So if you guys like this, make sure you let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys look to win some of the items from this video, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and also follow me on Instagram at justin.tse, and also drop a comment down below with your Instagram username, and I'll be contacting a winner when this video hits 3,000 likes. So for this video, we have a lot of cool accessories. There's a cup warmer for like coffee and any warm drinks, and it actually does work pretty well. There's also a DualSense charger for the PS5 because it has been hard to find in some cases, and I found the PS5 batteries drain very quickly on the controllers, which kind of sucks. There's also this accessory that I saw over on TikTok, and it is for vacuuming your desk. And as someone who does everything on the desk, whether it is like video editing, filming on it, and eating, it is very important to have something like this because my desk gets dirty very quickly. There's also some like cool accessories for like making coffee at home, and I've used these products for quite a while. So if you guys want to check them out, I'm gonna drop a link to everything down below. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So the first product that I have right here is a vacuum cleaner for your desk, and it comes in at a price of $11. And as I mentioned, and as you guys probably noticed on the channel, I do a lot of videos on desk setups, so this is an accessory that makes a lot of sense. I feel like I've checked out a lot of desk accessories in the past, and it is the first time that I've tried something like this. And if you're like me, you eat some snacks, your lunch, and like have all these products on there, and it like just catches a lot of dust all over the desk, and you're kind of too lazy to clean it. Having something like this that is this compact that could just sit right next to you is super handy. So the way it works is that it actually comes in a few different colors, has like the silicone loop on the top, and if you take a look at the bottom, it has like these like brush feet to kind of let it glide around, and it actually has a vacuum, and it says it runs at 8,600 RPM. I don't know if that's true or not, but the bottom line is that it is able to pick up the small things on your desk and clean it up very quickly. There's just one button right here, so it is really easy to use. Just press it right there, run it around, and go along the areas that there might be a bit of dust. And you do feel like there's a bit of a light suction on the bottom there, and once you rotate it, you'll take a look at some of the dust that it collects, and it comes with a brush to just like scrape it off into the sink, and there you have it. So as you can probably see, it is super easy to use, and it comes with the AA batteries needed to run it. And for a lot of the setup makeovers, you guys have probably noticed the before setups are very dirty and messy, so I think giving this to each setup makeover candidate is going to be a great idea. So the next product right here is one that comes in at a price of $20 after a coupon, and it is a DualSense charging station for the PS5 controllers. And one of the best things about the PS5, in my opinion, is just how good of a job they've done with the controllers, and I feel like they just did way more than Microsoft did in terms of the improvements of ergonomics and also the functionality with the DualSense. Even though a lot of games don't really use that yet, I have tried it in NBA 2K, but here's a controller charging station that comes in at less than half the price of the one that Sony sells officially. Obviously, the Sony one does have some advantages. It looks better. It also charges faster, but in a lot of cases, it is out of stock, and if you don't really care about charging speed and you just want to charge it overnight, here's one that is from Sony, and obviously it looks really clean and it matches the PS5, and it doesn't need like an external dongle, but it doesn't really have a clear battery indicator aside from what you get on the controller itself and the lights right there. So I really like this product, but I did pay like a resale price for it because I couldn't find it in stock anywhere, whereas this one for 20 bucks, it is ready to go and you can buy it right now. For example, if you're someone who has 4 controllers, you can get 2 of these for the same price and keep all of them charged. And the way it works is that it uses this mini USB Type-C dongle. It comes with 4 of them actually for a 2 controller charging station. And you just put it right there. It is relatively minimal and doesn't get in the way of gaming. And when you're ready to go and charge it, you just push it down on the station and it will charge right away. And as you can see right here, it has the battery indicator lights that lets you know when it is ready to go. From empty to full, you should expect it to take just about 3 hours. So on the topic of coffee, the next product is one that comes in at a price of just about $16. And for anyone who is working from home and starting to make their own coffee and everything, this is another product that kind of goes in with that whole theme and a great desk accessory. This right here is a drink warmer, and if you have your coffee in a mug, just go ahead and place it here and you'll feel like a light click. It senses the weight and it will start to turn on and activate right away. It'll also give you like a blue halo, and it is able to keep your coffee at a sustained warmth of about 50 degrees Celsius, which is about half of the boiling temperature. But if you're trying to keep your coffee warm when it's already warm, then that is super handy, and I definitely notice a difference when using it. You don't want to touch the plate. It gets extremely hot, and trust me, I tested it just to see if it was actually hot enough to keep that coffee warm, but it definitely works, and it comes in at a really good price. You put it on your desk, say on the corner, because you don't want it close enough to the tech, and it overall just looks very minimal, which is nice. And when you're ready to drink your coffee or you want it to turn off, just lift it off and it won't be heating anymore. To get the best effect though, you do want to use a coffee cup that is like flat on the bottom. If it has like any raise or lip around it, then it may not keep it as warm. One thing to know though is that this isn't really like a reheating device. If you have like a drink that is lukewarm or something, it isn't going to like warm it up all over again. It is more of a product that is able to sustain the heat of your drink. So the next product right here comes in at a price of $8, and it is a coffee milk frother. And I know it's more of a kitchen accessory, but it still falls into the category of tech in my opinion. And I feel like a lot of people in their New Year's resolutions want to spend less money, especially on things such as Starbucks and coffee in general, because the margins on those are insane, and I'm definitely guilty of that. So one step to making your own coffee is obviously brewing it, but also like adding your own milk and all that kind of stuff. So a milk frother is going to be an essential tool that comes in at a really cheap price. It's pretty much the same as buying 2 coffees. So it is super easy to use, also powered by AA's, and you just have this on-off button right here, and it just starts to vibrate, and it can mix your milk into your coffee or froth the milk if that's what you want to do. But it is just super simple, and I've used these for quite a while when I did make my own coffee for a bit. The product that I have right here is called the Sleek Socket, and when I saw it, I felt like it was a product that I would definitely like because it makes the whole power cable experience just look way more seamless, and also gives you a few extra ports to use. I definitely have a ton of ports and cables around the house, and as some of you has mentioned, I don't have the best cable management experience, even though I'm very picky about not seeing cables in like TV and home theater setups. So essentially what this is like a fancy extension cord that also has a nice white clean cover that goes over the entire outlet just to make everything look more clean. And as you can see, they've also included a few cable covers that attach via adhesive as well. It serves a lot of purposes, including keeping kids away from like sticking things inside the power outlet, but in my case it is purely for aesthetic. I also have this drawer in my office that won't open completely when there's cables plugged into that wall outlet because it is so close. And for example, if you want to put something like behind furniture and you don't want the outlet to stick out, you can either get like a flat one or you can get something like this, and it also gives you 3 extra ports, which is really nice. So otherwise, there really isn't that much to say about it. As you can see, it looks pretty good, it is super clean, and for the price, I feel like it is something that is worth picking up. So one of the hottest products to end last year was the iPhone 12 lineup, and Apple made a lot of phones this year, including 4 for the fall season: the iPhone 12 mini, the 12, the 12 Pro, and the Pro Max. And although the features and changes weren't like anything crazy, I felt like it was very much an S iteration. One of the biggest additions was Apple MagSafe, and to be totally honest with you, I haven't used it nearly as much as I expected to. I know when it first came out, I was like, that's a great feature, it's fast, and that's cool, but I honestly haven't really used it, but one area that I've been excited about since the day it came out and since Apple kind of demonstrated it in their event was to use it as a car mount. Because previously I would mount my phone on like a clip and then I would plug a cable in separately because I want to keep my phone charging while I'm driving and I don't want to like mess with Bluetooth and stuff. But here are some accessories that really utilize the Apple MagSafe. I know Belkin has made some, but it's been out of stock and it is really expensive. I even saw it going for like resale prices over on eBay, but I've got two accessories here that are able to serve as a good mount for your iPhone in the car. This right here is one that comes in at $9 and it is a clip that is able to obviously go into the vent, but you use your existing MagSafe charger. It has like a bit of adhesive and a silicone lip and you plug this into the USB Type-C port. I recently did get a new car and it does have USB Type-C, so that's something that you do have to make sure of. But as you guys can probably see right here, I'm just going to attach it. And because I do have the Apple official case, it does have MagSafe support and it is able to work very nicely. And the amount of hold that it has, I think is perfect. If I need to grab and go with the phone, it is able to just come off very quickly, but it also stands no problem and it isn't gonna fall off while I'm driving. It's able to charge my phone at 15 watts, which is nice. So for $9, if you already spent a lot of money on your Apple MagSafe, then this is something that works very well. So the next product right here is a set of blue light glasses and it comes in at a price of $17. And I know a lot of people are on like Zoom calls and doing documents all day on their computer, and with the amount of time you're probably spending at home on a work from home basis, this is something that you definitely want to get to save your eyes just because it reduces the amount of blue light exposure, and that is important especially before sleeping. I personally do have the kind of warm color mode enabled on my smartphone and rarely on my computer because I am color grading, but just to have something on like this the entire day is super useful. And I feel like with blue light glasses, it is one of those products that you can either spend like 20 bucks and under, or you can also spend over 100 and you might have like better quality in terms of the lens being less orange or noticeably orange. But if you just need something that is able to kind of keep down that blue light exposure, this is a great value, and I feel like it is a better deal than the Gunnar Optics ones that I tried out earlier last year and felt like they did a good job, but they had a huge orange effect when I was wearing them. This kind of is like in between. I know there are options that don't really have a huge effect in terms of the color shift that you're seeing through the lens. Obviously there's no prescription for this price, but putting it on, I can tell you that it is able to kind of get the job done. But for 20 bucks, some of the things that I noticed is that the build quality is not as good. You could probably hear it creaking around like this and it feels like it's probably gonna break. But if you lose your glasses all the time, then having a couple of these is nice. But when you're putting it on, it is surprisingly comfortable, fits pretty nicely, and I would say for 20 bucks, you definitely should give this a try. It has a 7-layer anti-reflective coating and also a thin, durable glass that is scratch resistant, and you can also get different magnification options if you need that. So the next product is one that you guys are probably very familiar with, but it is a great one if you just picked up a brand new phone. Whether you got an iPhone for Christmas, say like an iPhone 12, the brand new generation, or you just picked up the Samsung Galaxy S21 that is coming out soon. They are all made out of glass. They're all going to crack if you drop them to some degree. So a great accessory is the D-brand grip case or just a D-brand skin. And with the grip case, it protects it from drops, but you also have the option to add a skin, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. And personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the purple color that Samsung sent me, so I'm definitely planning to put a case or a skin on it, or both, just to give it a more neutralized color scheme, because as you guys know, I really like phones that are just like black, gray, and in some cases, I think blue looks really good. And my main phone has been the iPhone 12 Pro Max in blue. So if you guys wanna go ahead and customize a skin and case for yourself, I'm gonna drop a link to D-brand down below. Another product that does kind of go over our price point of $25, but it's kind of like an alternative to the one that I just showed you, is another MagSafe charger. And this one is good for anyone who doesn't have USB Type-C because it comes with two sets of cables, including a USB Type-C to Type-C as well as a Type-C to Type-A. And it is able to charge relatively fast at about 15 watts, which is nice. It clips off into the car vent as well. It has like a nice metal edge, so it feels solid and isn't going to break. It doesn't like creak when you're trying trying to adjust the angle, and it just has like a good level of tension and adjustability to it, which I really like to see. One thing that I also noticed though is that the magnet is extremely strong. It is actually stronger than the one on the official Apple MagSafe, which you're either really gonna like or you won't like it at all. The phone is a little bit harder to get off. It's still relatively easy, but I did notice that the suction of the magnet is definitely noticeably stronger, and it also leaves a bigger mark around the halo where the MagSafe is. Personally, I don't really care. I just use my phone as a utility, and I have like a case on it to keep it protected, but that is just something to note. But it definitely does work. The wireless charging works, and I feel like this use of MagSafe is one of the most practical applications that Apple has added in their 2020 lineup of phones. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video of some cool tech under $25 and in some cases under $10. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and the way I kind of figure out if I should do these videos in the future or more regularly is just by how it does. So if you guys like it, make sure you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm and let me know, and I'll try to compile some great products at a budget price point for a monthly episode. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Thank you.